ChatOps revolutionized DevOps communication in the late 2010s. Instead of switching to a terminal, engineers typed commands in Slack: deploy to production, scale the API to 5 replicas, roll back the payment service. Visibility improved because the whole team saw operational actions in the channel. Audit trails improved because every command was logged in chat history. But ChatOps had limits. You needed to know exact command syntax. Commands were single action, no multi-step workflows. Bots responded to explicit instructions, never anticipated needs. And every new capability required a developer to build a new bot command. AgentOps is the next evolution, and it's fundamentally different from ChatOps in every way that matters. AgentOps replaces command-based bots with AI agents that understand intent. Instead of typing /deploy production payment service version 2.3.1, an engineer says deploy the latest payment service to production when traffic is below baseline. The agent understands intent: identify the latest version, check current traffic levels, wait for optimal window, execute deployment with health checks, and report results. Multi-step workflows execute autonomously with approval gates at critical decision points. The agent coordinates across teams, notifying QA that staging is ready, asking security for scan results, confirming with the on-call SRE before production push. One conversational request replaces 5 manual commands and 3 Slack messages to different teams. Natural language infrastructure management is the killer feature. An engineer asks in Slack, "Why is checkout slow?" The AgentOps agent doesn't respond with a dashboard link. It analyzes metrics, logs, and traces across the checkout flow. It responds in the thread: checkout P99 latency increased from 200 milliseconds to 1.4 seconds starting at 2:15 p.m. Root cause: Redis cache for product catalog expired during a bulk update. I've triggered a cache warm and latency is recovering, currently at 300 milliseconds. Full recovery expected in 4 minutes. One question, complete answer, fix already in progress. No dashboard switching. No kubectl commands. No runbook lookup. Autonomous workflow execution handles complex multi-step processes. A product manager requests in Slack, ship the new recommendation engine to 10% of users. The agent creates a workflow, run full test suite, execute security scan, deploy Canary to 10% traffic, monitor error rates and latency for 30 minutes, compare metrics against baseline, request PM approval for full rollout via Slack reaction, execute full deployment, update documentation, notify customer support of new feature. Each step executes automatically. Approval gates pause at critical decisions. The entire workflow, which previously required coordination across 4 teams and 6 manual steps, completes in under 2 hours with full audit trail in the Slack thread. Cross-team coordination is where AgentOps delivers organizational value beyond individual productivity. A deployment requires engineering approval, security scan clearance, QA sign-off, and support team notification. In ChatOps, the engineer manually messages each team and waits for responses. In AgentOps, the agent orchestrates the coordination. It messages security with scan results and waits for approval. It notifies QA that staging is ready for validation. It posts deployment schedule to the support channel with feature documentation. It tracks all responses and proceeds when all gates pass or escalates if any team blocks. Deployment coordination time drops from 4 hours of human messaging to 15 minutes of automated orchestration with human approval at key gates. The comparison is stark across 5 dimensions. Command syntax versus natural language. ChatOps requires learning bot commands, AgentOps accepts plain English. Single action versus multi-step workflows. ChatOps executes one command, AgentOps plans and executes entire workflows. Reactive versus proactive. ChatOps waits for commands, AgentOps monitors conditions and suggests or executes actions. Manual coordination versus autonomous orchestration. ChatOps requires human messaging between teams, AgentOps coordinates automatically. Fixed commands versus learned capabilities. ChatOps bots do what they're programmed to do, AgentOps agents learn new capabilities from documentation and observation. Every dimension represents a 10 times improvement in operational efficiency. Security and audit are built into AgentOps by design. Every agent interaction is logged with: who requested the action, what intent was parsed, what plan was generated, which approval gates were checked, what actions were executed, and what the outcome was. Role-based access controls determine what each user can request. Junior engineers can deploy to staging, senior engineers to production. Nobody can delete production databases without VP approval. Agent actions that modify production require explicit approval through Slack reactions or designated approver channels. Compliance teams get audit reports formatted for SOC 2, HIPAA, or PCI requirements. The conversational interface doesn't sacrifice governance, it enforces it more consistently than manual processes because the agent never skips an approval step. Building AgentOps integrates with your existing stack. Communication platform, Slack or Microsoft Teams as the conversational interface. AgentOps platform, the AI layer that understands intent, plans workflows, and executes actions. Infrastructure integrations, Kubernetes for deployments, Terraform for infrastructure, GitHub for code management, PagerDuty for incident management, Datadog or Grafana for observability. The platform uses a plugin architecture. Each integration is a capability the agent can invoke. Start with 3 integrations: your deployment tool, your monitoring platform, and your incident management system. Add capabilities incrementally as the agent learns your workflows. Most teams are operational with basic AgentOps in 2 to 3 weeks. Real-world adoption metrics from early AgentOps deployments. Engineer adoption rate, 89% within 30 days, compared to 47% for new ChatOps bots. Deployment coordination time reduced 67%. Slack messages about operational tasks reduced 43%. Engineers spend less time asking who deployed what and what's the status of staging. Engineer satisfaction with operational workflows, 91% positive. Time from question to answer for infrastructure queries, from 18 minutes average to 47 seconds. The conversational interface eliminates the learning curve that killed many ChatOps implementations. Nobody needs to memorize commands when they can just ask. The evolution from manual operations to ChatOps to AgentOps represents the continuous reduction of friction in DevOps communication. Each generation made operational actions more accessible, more visible, and more efficient. AgentOps is the current frontier: natural language, autonomous workflows, and cross-team coordination powered by AI. Start by connecting an AI agent to your Slack workspace with read-only access to your monitoring platform. Let engineers ask questions before enabling right actions. The adoption will be organic because the interface is how people already communicate. I'm AI DevOps Daily. Next episode: AI-driven capacity planning that eliminates over-provisioning forever.